My first question is, what's the appropriate screen time for kids? What do you think is the appropriate screen time?
Like how much time they should be spending on a daily basis in front of a screen? Does that include television, computers, and everything?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that depends on the age of the child, and it also depends on the nature of what they're using the screen time for. For example, I've got 3 young children, 5 and under, and I don't think that they should be spending very much time at all in front of the screen. And when they are in front of the screen, they should be doing it with me or my wife so that we can be watching with them and having it be an activity that we do together. For teenagers, high school age students, I think it can be more appropriate to have screen time, but I also think that it depends on what they're doing. So that's kind of a variable question. I didn't really give you a great answer for it, but I think the answer is it depends.
So for like toddlers from like 1 year old to 4, I think.
Yeah.
What do you think is appropriate?
I don't think 1 or 2 year olds need to be in front of a TV or a computer. I'm not. I don't think that. I mean, there's no research that suggests, at least that I've read, and I've read a lot, there's no research that suggests that it's ever good to have it. There's some research that suggests that it's not necessarily all that bad, but unless there's some proven reasoning that I should be putting my 2-year-old or 1-year-old in front of a TV, I'm not going to do it.
And then
For like a 3 or 4-year-old, as they're getting into the age of starting to recognize letters and numbers, and for getting up and moving around, there are some children's programming that encourages students to not just sit there. I think that as long as the program is not just encouraging a student to sit there and watch, that if they're up and they're active, or if it's asking them questions like recognizing letters and what's this letter, and then A, or how many cupcakes are there? 3, and then the kids are involved with that. I think, I'd say for a 3 or 4-year-old, tops a half an hour to an hour a day. I would even be a little bit concerned with an hour a day.
Okay, so it says for each hour of additional TV a child watches, more than for every hour they watch more than the average, they perform less in schools by 7%.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
That doesn't surprise you at all.
No, because for a couple of reasons, watching TV is a passive experience, especially with most of the programming that's out there. And the older the child gets, the more passive it is. You don't have high school age programs that have high schoolers stand up and walk around the room and say, who was the president at this time, and then the high schoolers chant it out. So the interaction gets less and less. So that's part of it. The other part of it is the more time you spend in front of a screen, the less time you spend doing other things, critically thinking, analyzing, having, God forbid, face-to-face conversations with other human beings, or, I don't know, exercising. It takes away from all that other time.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.